Welcome back, YouTubers and Madden fans. This is MADDENMONEYSHOT, sniffing out the Madden cheese as always. Got some plays from a brand new formation. I've really been trying to hammer down the brand new formations. I have an extensive list of the new formations that EA has released, and I'm trying to go through them one by one to give you guys the latest, greatest, and hottest new material. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you guys are new to the channel or you just never subscribed in the past, because I'm definitely going to have the newest fire for Madden 20. And I'm also going to be giving away ebooks this year, so that's another reason to be a subscriber, because you got to be a subscriber to get it. And I'll be going over instructions for that in future videos once I have the ebooks done. But as far as the video today, this really is, I was on a quest to try to find a good replacement for the singleback, I think it was the singleback tights, halfback toss out of the Saints playbook. Apparently they deleted that, so I wanted to find something that was similar, and I found a really great variation of run plays that I'm going to go over today. Typically the formation itself, and I'll show it to you here real quick, it looks just like the formation to an extent, the singleback wing flex close, which, like I said, this is a brand new formation. It looks very similar. You got the halfback lined up behind the quarterback under center, and it has a toss play, the halfback toss weak. Now obviously the setup's a little bit different because I think they tried to do away with that for the most part, because it was incredibly cheap and cheesy, and they tried to tone it down. Even last year wasn't as good. So all I'm going to do, I mean, like I said, the play looks the same. If you want that same motion effect, you can try to motion a receiver across the formation. I'm not going to say that that works as good, but the bottom line is, I'm going to show you how to run this a couple different ways, but they all pretty much work to a varying degree of success. Personally, I think the best way to do it was the way that I originally did it, which is I just motioned the guy over into making him into a bunch, as you can see right there. I mean, it just basically clutters up that area so I can get around the edge. You know, and like I said, I'm not expecting this play to necessarily hit a home run every time, but it's a very consistent outside run. You can also motion this guy out like this, which, you know, that's part of the issue is this defensive. Typically the bunch works best because this outside linebacker a lot of times can blow the whole play up. You see right there, he almost did by you know, just getting past the pulling guard or the pulling tackle. I'm not even sure which one's pulling, but you can see how you're leaving yourself out there if you don't have an additional blocker, which, like I said, to me the best way to do it is motioning over the tight end into a bunch. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. If I motion over, I mean, you can run it with motioning nobody over. If you just want to quick snap it, once again, you see that guy gets in the way, you need an additional blocker. So like I said, what I'm going to do, I'm going to borrow one of these tight ends off the backside and run away from it anyway. The inside tight end to me typically works best, and that's because you know, with the pass plays that I'm going to show with this variation, you know, it's going to be better to motion the inside tight end. But as far as the run blocking goes, it doesn't really matter. Just motion over one of these tight ends, inside or out, doesn't matter. But like I said, the pass plays, if you try to mirror it, this tight end here could pull a corner across where the inside tight end won't do that. But you can see, like I said, I mean, that tight end got all the way down the line of scrimmage. He got all the way down the field, made a key block, you know what I'm saying, springing me for bigger yards. That extra blocker is key. And then, like I said, you haven't noticed one time where Bradley Chubb, the outside linebacker, has shot in, mostly because I have an additional blocker over there, and, you know, a lot of times he gets in the way, stalls up the defender long enough that the pulling blocker can get to his spot. So like I said, let's do this one more time. Maybe we can get a good look. But like I said, this guy right here, when I motion him over, I always try to make sure he gets set because I think that's important. But you can see Bradley Chubb, the outside linebacker, he's not getting through like he was before I brought him around. So to me, that's the best way to do it. Now that toss is really consistent. Like I said, you saw me getting 10 to 15 pretty much every time before I even came close to somebody. They also have a halfback stretch, so it's really up to you which one you prefer. I can't say necessarily. I mean, I have a 10-hour demo just like you guys, so I don't necessarily know which one's best, but it's the same principles apply. You can see right there, if I don't bring a blocker across, Bradley Chubb's busting through. You know what I'm saying? If I don't bring anybody additional, you know, I can still make it happen. As you can see right here, I still get outside. But if you watch the replay, you could see that I was fortunate. There was a free defender. One guy kind of blocked two guys because of the angle that I took. So it can work that way. It's just a lot less effective as far as like the percentage of times it'll work. But motioning a guy over so he can get in the way of any free defenders coming in is going to be best. You can see right there. I mean, he chips off of the first guy, moves on to the second guy, get an easy 10 yards. That's the idea. Like I said, and the stretch run, a lot of people think it's not really, to me, it's not really different than the toss. I mean, there's no motioning guy, but you know, it's essentially, to me, it runs the exact same. I mean, there's no real difference. I do like the idea of motioning out the receiver on the side you're going though, because like I said, there's a passing play that I'm gonna put out that's pretty glitchy that has that exact same motion, and if you can get the animation that I just got where the receiver gets to the outside of the cornerback and peels back, I'll show it on a replay. It was a perfect block. Sometimes you motion out the receiver, and it'll give this type of advantage, this type of angle where he can peel back on the cornerback and set you free outside. It's just not a guarantee. I mean, you know, sometimes the blocking can be kind of picky. But if you can get this, it's going to be perfect because, like I said, it matches the pass plays I'm going to do. There are a couple of interesting trick run plays. They put a lot of jet sweep plays and a lot of fake jet plays in this particular Madden this year, and a lot of different formations. And they have a jet sweep in this one that I actually really like. I mean, typically I don't like running, you know, sweeps and reverses and trick plays like that because the potential benefits can be outweighed by, you know, you getting tackled 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage or something like that. But these jet plays, they don't have that same issue. And you can see it's a pretty consistent play. As you can see, I'm getting around the edge, I'm getting good blocking, and I'm getting about 10 yards every time. But typically, if you get caught in one of these jet plays, you might lose a yard or two, which is like, I would take that all game. You know what I'm saying? Like if I only lose a yard or two and the potential is a big play like you're seeing. Now, I'm running this. I should have Antonio Brown running this particular route, but you can see even this guy who's, you know, he's somewhat fast. I think he's like a 90-something speed. So he's not necessarily the type of guy. I mean, I would love like a Tyreek Hill running or something like that and probably be even more explosive, but you can see how easily I'm getting good yards. And then, like I said, if I get caught, what do I lose? A half a yard? I'll take that all game. It's not the same type of risk you're taking with your typical end arounds and reverses. So I'll do a trick play like this all game and be happy with it. And like I said, it's a pretty good play. It's pretty consistent anyway. And there's a fake version of a passing play set up out of this, which is okay. I mean, I don't, you know, in theory it works really well, but I think there's some bugs in it that they haven't necessarily worked out. It's the PA jet sweep there in the middle. If you see how it sets up, I mean, the receivers get open really well. I mean, the one crossing the middle, especially the circle route, gets open really well. You can see he comes in front of the zones. It does the job. A lot of times, even the square route gets open underneath really well by a large distance, but it's such a slow animation. This is all running in succession here. It's such a slow animation to come out. And you have so many play fakes that they don't turn to blockers. There's a play fake, there's a play fake, he doesn't turn to a blocker. That anytime somebody sends any type of blitz, you're getting sacked immediately. And I'll show, like I said, I'm just running this in succession. You can see how bad this is. So typically I show plays in these videos saying run this, is really good. This one I'm showing to show you do not run this. It's not very good. They need to fix this. They need to patch this in the opposite. Look at this. 4 times in a row I got sacked. Like I said, just dropping back. I mean, that's ridiculous. So that's it. That's the vid. I'll have part 1 pass plays in the description below so you guys can check that out. And then, like I said, make sure you subscribe because I'm giving away free ebooks this year, amongst other things. So be a subscriber, hit the like button, hook me up with that. And other than that, thanks for watching Madden Money Shot out. Need more help or just want to show your support? Then head over to my Patreon and join my team, where you can get exclusive content like ebooks and bonus plays, as well as early access to my vids and more. Link in the description below.